Hello there and welcome back to Spain. Well, last time we did something. We recovered after the war with Burgundy, and we also started to some extent a effort to get ourselves into a good position in India, and we'll probably continue on that same note today. We'll be declaring war on Gujarat here as soon as the calls here are done. Shouldn't be too long. I will probably also go after Berar and try and probably vassalize them. We'll probably even do the same with Bundelkhand or Berar. I'm a little bit unsure, but probably one of them, I would imagine. So with that in mind, we'll see how things turn out. Probably even Sindh. I'll have to see. I'm a little bit unsure here who actually is. As you can see, these guys are actually Hindu as well. So might actually go after Balochistan to have them eat most of Persia, for example, and basically use them to eat the provinces of the nations that I do not share religion with. But the first thing we'll do, I guess, is take military technology advancement here to level 19, Gustavian infantry. Military tactics get a boost by 0.5. We also get some new infantry in Reformed Tertiary, Gustavian, and Highlands infantry. I can also build a war college, which I'm pretty sure I'll actually go ahead and build at once. It's one of the unique buildings, and this one's actually pretty damn good. You get a boost to your army tradition by 0.5 a year, and I can also have, once again, another leader that won't actually cost me any upkeep. So all in all, that is a very good thing to have. And I think we'll also go ahead and do an upgrade in diplomatic tech to level 18. I can now build naval base and a custom house. None of those are actually something that we will be building in the near future, so it's nothing to really worry about. But at the next level, I believe we'll get the Admiralty, which is basically the same as the War College, just it's more naval focused, which means that the naval tradition instead of army tradition is what you will be gaining. We'll also go straight ahead here and choose on your units. I think I'll just go for the we'll go for Gustavian. I believe those are the most balanced one. Apparently Hungary wants an alliance. I do still have diplomatic relations with them, I believe, so that shouldn't actually be a problem. Yeah, I'll go for that alliance since Austria will most likely break theirs. They still have the alliance though, but once they break it, I'll simply break the royal marriage as well. And then we'll probably go ahead and try and cut them down into size. I'm a little bit unsure if that'll actually help giving me imperial authority, but if it does, then it's definitely something that I will be aiming to do. So with that in mind, we'll most likely also go after Milan, because as it is, they do have a bunch of Swiss provinces that I can then release. So we'll have to see how that actually works out. I'm also tempted to vassalize Dauphine. So there's a lot of planning, a lot of opportunity going around, but we'll see what we actually end up trying out here. We'll probably also fight Mali, as you know, to simply release Ashanti. I'm pretty sure I'll do that pretty soon. So I think I should actually start moving at least 120, probably 20k units down to Mali here to help out. And I'm also pretty damn tempted to go after Portugal pretty soon. So a lot of targets, a lot of possibilities, but I'm tempted also to wait with Portugal until we get to Admin Tech 17, so I can actually go ahead and pick a new group of ideas. But it doesn't really matter that much, because I'm pretty sure I'll actually go for the defensive idea straight afterwards, or trade. It's one of the two, probably trade though. So we'll see how that ends up. But for now, I'll allow this army to reinforce, and then we'll most likely end up in a war with Gujarat. So we'll see how that turns out. As you can see, Benin has been integrated, and that gives me another 10k army here that I can use, and that's actually quite a good thing, because that means that I will have a bigger army that I can use to once I actually end up attacking Mali, which is probably pretty damn soon, and that is also good. And while I'm on that exact same note, I will probably end up in a war with Morocco here. I'm a little bit unsure how the mechanics works in terms of rebels. If I were to take Ceuta or Fez here, if rebels would actually rise up or not, but I guess I'll test that out and find out. So we'll probably be moving once again some more troops down to Africa here, probably about 40k, and then we will declare a war on Morocco and see how that actually, or how it will actually wind up. And I'm also really tempted to, once this war actually starts, to get myself in a position where I can where I can vassalize Tunis and then start eating at the Mamluks, or basically try and take these 4 provinces, hand them over to Tunis and have them basically take, as I said, the northern coast if the fast plan doesn't pan out as I'm planning, more or less. So we'll see how it all actually ends up playing out. But for now, as I've said before, colonizing is definitely what is my biggest concern or focus. So I'll aim at colonizing most of the North Americas, and then we'll see how it turns out after that. But it's definitely another colony up here, so I'll have to finish that up. But it doesn't matter if anyone else gets it. It's just one colony. And also on that aspect, I need to build more ships for, as you can see, the tariffs to actually be of any worth, because as of now it's down to 65%, and the only thing that keeps it over 100% is the viceroys, the treasure fleet, and the fact that I'm trading in slaves. So I definitely have to consider upping that. But as you can see, my base tax is 1053.84, so that's actually pretty damn high. I think that's actually high enough to vassalize some of these nations peacefully had I been of their religion, as you can see here. But Flanders is definitely a target for it, because they do have my same religion, and I can most likely feed them. Well, Cologne ended up turning. I lost 7 imperial authority, and that sucks because I can't turn them back. They are basically not anyone that I can command around. I'm pretty sure also that made them not vote for me, and that is apparently the case. So I need to boost relations once again. And other than that, not really that much else I can do. I'll simply have to try and keep most of these guys happy with me, and then we'll see how it all turns out. But for now, I'll be focusing on getting Flanders on their good side, and then I'll probably just use them as well a way to sell off the Burgundy provinces that I end up taking from them, because I definitely need to weaken Burgundy, and by taking their coastline up here, that'll definitely be at least a blow to them, so that will work out just fine on as far as I'm concerned. But I can't take too much land either, because then the whole Roman Empire will, well, basically get rather pissed at me. So that taking too much ain't a good way of doing things either. So as I said, for now I'll be trying to get the I guess you could call it the land bridge, to see if that will actually that'll actually make this, or Africa, not this Nova Seas. If not, we'll have to take a very long path around, the Mediterranean Sea, and that'll also demand that I unite the whole Roman Empire, which will take quite a lot of time and power, but it's definitely possible. But as I said, probably a war against Austria, and they do have some very bad allies for me here, especially Russia and Poland. But other than that, I should be able to deal with Austria pretty easily here. We do have one military tech higher than them right now, so potentially once we get to the next level of military, which would be, let's see here, level 23, we could potentially go for that attack. As long as we have those better military units, we are definitely in a position to hurt them, and hurt them quite a bit. But until we have them, there's not really that much we can do, and once the war actually breaks out, we'll probably just force them to release some lands. We'll have to consider it if we actually end up in a war with them, because as of now, we'll probably not for quite a while. We'll probably focus on our interests in India, and then we'll see how it all turns out. Congo has also been integrated, as you can see here, which gives me another army in this area. I'll probably keep it. Once again, move it up to, I think, Mali for use there. But as you can see, I'm actually 100k units over my force limit. So I'm definitely having some issues in terms of army maintenance here. As you can see, I have no idea where I actually check my total cost here. But it's probably over here. Plus 72.14 a month extra in simply army maintenance. So I think I'll actually just despawn that army. No real use for it right now, so that's fine. But as I said, move some armies down south and use them against Morocco is definitely of to some extent of importance, and probably smart, I dare say. And as you could also see here, I've declared a war on Gujarat. Bahmani have finished up their coring of these two, and depending on if rebels break this free or not, I'll probably hand over these two or these three even, if the overextension modifiers actually allow that. I've gained overseas against Bengal, and I believe they actually no, they're actually not. I thought they were Sunni, but they're Hindu, which is too bad, because if they were Sunni, I could have used them as well, I don't know, an intermediary or a target in this case to for Sunni expansion later on. But for now, we'll just go ahead, try and siege the provinces that we want here, and then we'll be, let's see here, Mantua and conquest of Parma against Poland, Tuscany and Hungary. This is what they have started. Poland is allied with Great Britain, Burgundy, Austria, Saxony. Well, I'm allied with Austria, so if I actually accept this, Austria should be called in first. But it should still be an interesting war, so we'll go ahead and accept. Naturally, we will come to the defense of the empire. Let's see, Spain. Mantua is actually Mantua and conquest of Parma, so we're actually how should I put this? We're actually defending in an attack war, more or less, and that is definitely an interesting. I don't know how to say, a turn of events, but it'll definitely make things a little bit interesting depending on who actually ends up joining. Because out of now, it's just Poland, Tuscany, and Hungary. And that should actually be quite easy to counter here. I cannot call these guys to arms because war started more than 60 days ago, threatened attitude. So none of these actually helps. It's also a distant war apparently, and so I can't actually call them into this one either for some weird reason. And no, leader may not negotiate for us. But it seems to be an easy one because all we really have to do here is keep Poland at bay. And that shouldn't be too hard. And while we're at it, who are you guys actually allied with here? You're allied with Poland, Bohemia, Cologne, and Mainz. If I were to declare war here, it would only be Bohemia, Cologne, and Mainz. I could also use this opportunity to turn Cologne. I'm a little bit unsure how it will actually go in terms of them being mad at me afterwards, if they'd still give their vote to me. But at least screwing over Saxony is definitely of well, to some extent, desirable. So I'll be placing, I guess, my troops in. Apparently I can walk through the Holy Roman Empire lands of Burgundy, which I believe is kind of weird. But I don't complain. I can use that to my advantage. And I'll also be marching some armies here, basically to place them in the areas where I can, to some extent, aim at converting them. I'm a little bit unsure how this Merchant Republic actually popped up. I believe Mainz used to be a bishopric of some kind, but well, no real problem. And if we win this war, I believe I'll get the imperial authority needed to take the next reform. So not bad at all. I'll also be keeping a little bit of an eye in India. Shouldn't actually be a problem there. So we'll see how this turns out. I am one over my diplomatic relations, not reputation, and I believe I can also go ahead and vassalize Flanders pretty damn soon. So we'll see how it turns out. As you can see, my new armies are actually quite effective, at least against the Polish, and I have no idea. Poland actually has military level 16 and Hungary is down at 14. So this means that this war is actually pretty damn easy to win here, because, well, I got the defensive bonus here. Most of those losses, as you can see, these are two 20k armies, or not one, they're 13k, well, let me begin again. The 18,000 army was a 20k army that came to defense. The other one was a 16k army that I took out of these siegers here. So they shouldn't actually have, or they weren't really that damaged to begin with, and that is quite nice. When it comes to Saxony here, I'm pretty sure that I can use the... I'm a little bit unsure if I can actually use the rogue electorate. So for the time being, we'll just wait. I'll probably have to take the religious ideas before I can actually make a move on them. And that actually kind of sucks, because I think I'll actually have to take the religious ideas then as my next idea set. And that actually makes sense, because as of now I haven't taken religious yet, but if I start taking chunks out of Burgundy, chunks out of lands in India, and back and forth, basically going on a conquering spree, getting that bonus to the drops to basically relation, or boosting relation in this case, and also at the very same time getting the extra missionary, and also the boost to missionary strength will be important, especially if I were to start expanding seriously in India. But as you can see here, we got admin tech update or advanced to level 16. I can now build a college, and I can now build a mint. Both of them are pretty damn nice, and well, not much else to say here. I'm pretty sure we will be winning this war pretty substantially, as I said. So for the time being, I'll just pull my troops back home, and we'll be doing some sieging and see how it turns out. And I'll probably also have to wait here to some extent until, I guess I'll take that considered for now. I'll probably also have to wait with making peace with Gujarat until the war with the Polish and everyone else here is over, because if not, I'll definitely get into some trouble with overextension while I wait for to hand over the lands, as I can't actually sell them while I'm at war. And also this reminds me of another thing that I've forgotten, and yeah, of course Flanders actually turned their religion right before I could that sucks, right before I could actually make something with them. So I'll be breaking the alliances, I'll be breaking everything here. I'd actually could problem this or abolish the tax. We'll abolish the tax. So yeah, I'll be going on here. This is good news. Heavy ship and light ship, I believe the cost to build them got lowered. I'll just cut all my ties with Flanders because, well, they are not actually being helpful right now, and even though I could probably use them to eat Burgundy, it doesn't actually help me at all. So let's see here. Sieges are coming on nicely. We'll just continue, as I said, on that same note. And also, while I'm at it, apparently there's a bug that has gone over my head, which is still apparent. The reason why Burgundy, or let's see, as you can see here, there should be some cores here that aren't just Burgundy. So apparently, in 1594, it's apparently what hurt me quite a lot with the colonies as well. Countries that do not exist actually lose their cores in 1594 due to a bug of some kind. It's apparently not supposed to be that way, and it's kind of weird that I actually hadn't noted it. But it hurts basically everyone who's trying to play pretty badly, because as you can see, big blobs are hard to break up after they have been formed with this. Apparently I could release Hesse, but it's kind of weird too that the promise here that is Saxon and lost all of its cores. Same with the Hanoverian cores and everything else here. You can see Münster still holds some of them, but it still doesn't make too much sense. And that also means that there aren't too many countries here that I actually can aim at releasing. The reason why the Swiss cores aren't gone is due to the fact that they were alive until Milan took them in the last episode, I believe. So that's that. But it definitely screws up the game. Syria's cores hasn't disappeared though, which is kind of weird. So it seems that countries that have existed, countries that have existed on game start, but then been conquered and disappeared, loses all the cores. Countries that haven't actually been around or alive for the duration of the game do not. So that's actually quite weird too. But this is unfortunately the end of this episode. We will deal with this next time. As you see here, had it not been for my allies, we would have won this pretty good already, due to the fact that I would actually be in charge. I haven't lost a battle, or my troops haven't lost any battles, as it were. Let's see here. Spanish, nope, nope, and nope, and nope. This is not something that we either help with. 40,000 attack 53, doesn't make sense. These are the two battles that I help with, and I believe I also helped in this one. So that is basically it. But yeah, this has gone on long enough. I apologize for dragging it out. We'll finish our 2 wars next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.